let's look at the miracle of mulch. Now these peppers have been hardened in. They're actually starting to produce some fruit. We're just going to mulch back a little heavier around them. A couple reasons. One, it helps retain the moisture. And since we've got rain today, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. Two, keeps the weeds down. Three, makes it so the hardest work you ever have to do in a deep mulch garden is harvest. Take those lower leaves off. We pruned up the grapes, and part of the mulch is we just cut and drop. Some people say I've started a movement. I don't know about that. I just thought folks might be interested in the miracle of deep mulch. See if we can't get a couple more scoops in here before the rain starts. What exactly is deep mulch? I've had that question a lot. Deep mulch is just a layer of organic material covering your soil. The whole point is you want to create an environment for that micro life to do what nature wants it to do, and that's provide the nutrition to your plants. I was telling a person about this the other day, and I got done explaining exactly why and what we're doing. And at the end of it, they were nodding the whole time, and at the end of it, they said, so then when do you till that in? Well, right here we're using wood chips, and if we tilled that in, decomposition of these wood chips would bind up the nitrogen that's already available in the soil. And that's going backwards. And actually, if you notice right here, we've got leaves, we've got some hay. I'm adding these wood chips. I found I could never get enough of any one single material. That's when I started mixing these together. And it seems to work really, really well. Well, I want to get a couple tomatoes in before it starts to rain. I think we got that mulched up pretty good. I think right in between here, and you see this is mostly all leaves right here. When you plant in the deep mulch, you just take that down to bare soil. You plant like normal. Just take a look at what's underneath this mulch. I mean, just look at that soil. And it's just teeming with worms. It's just teeming with life. But that soil, you can compact it, and it breaks right apart, and it's just full of worms. I had way too many starts from my tomatoes, but I'm trying to get as many planted as I can. And of course, with your tomatoes, you can plant them as deep as you can. And we do a string trellis, so I'm planting these pretty close together. And just backfill up on that stem a little bit. And we'll put a little bit of mulch back in around them. The whole point is you don't want those leaves touching the ground. And we'll see what we get there. We've got a pretty good container of amaranth that seeded themselves out. I'm going to try to get some of these in the garden also. The reason I'm planting it here is these get kind of big, and having a pole right here gives me something to tie them to. I guess we're going to plant 3. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, it wasn't supposed to rain till this evening. What do you do in the deep mulch when it's going to rain? You plant. Let's see if we can't find a little more room. I got 4 more tomatoes and a little bit more amaranth to go in. You got a sunflower back there on that pole. The sunflower right there. I think this middle pole needs something. Oh, and maybe by this lettuce. So the whole point behind having the deep mulch is it keeps the weeds down, and that was what I was looking for originally. Well, we don't have a stringer crossed here, but we can definitely put one. And that's how we do the tomatoes. So I think right here's a good spot to put a tomato. Get these in now. Get a little rain on them, they won't even know they got transplanted. Mulch back in around. That's just how simple that is. Ideally, you want to put your mulch down at least 4 inches. When I do it in the winter, I put it down a foot. It breaks down much faster than you believe. You always want to keep checking your mulch, because that life uses it way faster than you would imagine. You know, the first year I did this, I could find out when the mulch was getting thin. That's when the grass started coming up through, or the other weeds. Nope, I think it's going to start raining on us. You can see how soft all that soil is. The deep mulch allows you to plant without using a shovel. And I started off with orange clay. It was brutal. Well, it's come to rain. I'm gonna head to the house. If you want to know more about the deep mulch, and how it works, and why we do what we do, where were we when that rain came? Oh yeah, we were talking about mulch. Another benefit of the mulch, yeah, it's a little soggy out here. I'm not gonna plant anymore today, but I can be out here walking and we're gonna go ahead and pick some peas. With the rain that we just had, I'm gonna let a bunch of those plump up a little bit. Tomorrow they're gonna be much fatter than they are, but a bunch of these are really good. Our strategy is we pick every day, we go ahead and hull them, and we just keep them in a bag in the freezer until we get a heck of a good mess. As soon as the weather is right, it doesn't take the beans very long to come up out of the ground. As soon as they grab onto the trellis, we'll go ahead and mulch back heavy around them. It only takes one nice downpour, really shows off the green of the corn and the turnips that are coming up. Well, it looks like this is where one of the amaranth dropped some of its seeds. Now, I can't swear these weren't up this morning, but we had a little thunder and lightning, and these peas popped out of the ground. And it made all of these sweet potato slips jump up. It's amazing what a little thunder and lightning will do to your garden. A little thunder, lightning, and deep mulch, winning combination. You can do this too. Our new patch of Jerusalem artichokes broke ground. And the potatoes are flowering out nicely. And we got little green things coming up all over the place. You can do this too. You know, I started this deep mulch because I didn't want to weed. And by doing this, I can spend more time fretting over the plants than worrying about weeding. A little bit of thunder and you get true leaves on your carrots. That's amazing. And after doing the research, I found out why the deep mulch actually works. Because it supports that life in the soil. That life in the soil is key to your healthy plants. Things are coming up everywhere, and it is starting to rain, so I am going to head to the house. But if you wanted to know more about the deep mulch and why it works and why we do what we do, if you picked up a copy of my book, you wouldn't hurt my feelings. There's a link somewhere down here. You can do this too. That's the easiest gardening you're ever going to do. And then the hardest work you're ever going to do is harvest. Until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you.